McLaren has just revealed a game-changing secret weapon that could shift the balance of power in Formula One. This surprise move is set to shake up the competition and put their rivals in serious trouble. What makes this development so crucial, and how will it impact the rest of the season? The stakes are high and the drama is building. McLaren has become the team to beat in 2024, with the Constructors Championship almost in their grasp. As they shift focus to the Drivers' Championship, all eyes are on the final 8 races and 3 sprint events. The 62-point gap currently held by their leading driver, Lando Norris, could quickly shrink as McLaren reveals a secret weapon that sets them apart from the rest of the grid. With the season nearing its end, the question is whether McLaren's strategy and performance will be enough to secure both championships. Internal team dynamics could play a crucial role in how the remaining points are distributed, adding extra pressure as the race for the driver's title heats up. McLaren's transformation in the current ground effect era has been one of the biggest surprises. Once a mid-tier team, they've managed to close the gap with the top contenders, turning themselves into championship-winning material. Their incredible turnaround is proof of how quickly fortunes can change in Formula One. But this rise to the top didn't happen overnight. The team had to rebuild its entire technical department, which paved the way for Lando Norris to challenge for the Drivers' Championship by the end of 2024. This success came with hard work and strategic changes, positioning McLaren as a strong contender. McLaren's surge aligned with Red Bull's unexpected struggles. The Austrian team has had difficulty unlocking the potential of their RB20 car. Had Red Bull made better decisions at key races like Silverstone, Hungary and Canada, the points gap between Norris and Red Bull's leading driver might have been much closer. The role of McLaren's factory. Despite Red Bull's decline, there are still 8 races left in the season, and anything can happen. McLaren's secret weapon seems to be their state-of-the-art factory in Woking, which has played a crucial role in their success. Just as Aston Martin aims to use its new facilities for a comeback in 2025, McLaren's technical advancements are key to their current championship push. Andrea Stella, McLaren's team principal, talks about how crucial their wind tunnel has been in boosting performance. He explained that during recent development periods, McLaren was able to find significant gains in aerodynamics, which other teams struggled with. While many competitors found it difficult to match their simulator data with real on-track results, McLaren's advanced wind tunnel technology has been a game changer. One of the biggest advantages McLaren has is the precision of their wind tunnel. Stella pointed out that it allows them to better simulate how the car behaves on track. This detailed simulation improves airflow around the car, enhancing aerodynamics, which in turn leads to better tire performance and overall reliability. Other teams have struggled to achieve this level of accuracy, giving McLaren a competitive edge. Stella spoke highly of the Woking-based wind tunnel, crediting it for McLaren's recent success. He stated, "The wind tunnel helps us lean on the latest technology, especially when dealing with the complex aerodynamics of today's F1 cars." He acknowledged that modern F1 cars have introduced new aerodynamic challenges that make it hard for teams to develop their cars. As we enter the 3rd year of the current F1 regulations, teams are now separated by mere tenths of a second on the grid. Despite this close competition, McLaren has emerged as the clear favorite, with Ferrari and Mercedes occasionally challenging their dominance. Red Bull's inability to secure a win in the last 6 races is a testament to how much the rest of the field has improved. Yet, McLaren seems to have the edge when it comes to making upgrades and strategic decisions. While Ferrari and Mercedes are still uncertain about the effectiveness of their upgrades, McLaren stands in a league of its own with a clear confidence in the changes they are making. This advantage has allowed McLaren to delay certain upgrades, such as floor improvements, which they might have rushed if they were under more pressure. Teams like Ferrari, Red Bull and Mercedes don't have the same luxury, as they are still trying to find consistent performance gains. McLaren's decision to hold back on a full upgrade package is now looking like a masterstroke. By not pushing all their upgrades at once, they've created an even greater threat to the other teams. This calculated approach gave McLaren the flexibility to introduce improvements when needed, while other teams scramble to catch up. Stella also revealed that McLaren hasn't made significant upgrades since Miami. The next minor update came in Zandvoort, but it didn't involve major changes, just small tweaks to specific areas of the car. Stella explained that the team is intentionally holding off on more upgrades because they want to ensure the parts are fully tested and reliable before bringing them to the track. Rushing upgrades could lead to doubts about their performance on the actual car, so McLaren is taking a more measured approach. Despite their technical advancements, McLaren is still grappling with internal team strategy, especially concerning team orders. In Hungary, a key mistake was made when Norris was prioritized over Piastri, who was leading the race. McLaren's decision to have Norris lead backfired, costing Piastri crucial race time. This issue resurfaced in Monza, where the team didn't swap positions again, losing 3 points that could have been vital for Norris's championship battle. Stella has hinted that McLaren may need to focus more on Norris as the season progresses, especially in situations where Piastri could take points away from him. While both drivers are talented, there's only room for one champion, and McLaren needs to make strategic decisions swiftly to avoid losing out on crucial points in the race for both titles. McLaren's Drivers' Championship strategy. McLaren team principal confirmed that both Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri are still mathematically in contention for the championship. However, from a numbers perspective, Norris is in a better position. Before the Monza race, the team had discussions with both drivers, acknowledging that Norris has the stronger chance for the driver's title. McLaren plans to define clear rules of engagement for the remaining races, ensuring both drivers understand their roles moving forward. Despite losing 2 positions in a single corner and missing out on 10 valuable championship points, Norris remains confident. He made it clear that he doesn't need team orders to ask Piastri to step aside just to gain a few extra points. Norris's self-assurance may work in his favor, but McLaren must consider how best to approach future team orders to maximize their championship potential. McLaren seems to be struggling with their strategy, especially when compared to teams like Ferrari, Mercedes and Red Bull, who are more experienced in winning races and managing title campaigns. While Piastri is highly competitive and won't easily yield to Norris, McLaren must be cautious not to miss out on an opportunity to win both championships by failing to manage their drivers effectively. Oscar Piastri's daring move in Monza's Turn 4 showcased his fearless racing style. While this boldness is commendable, McLaren needs to ensure that such aggressive maneuvers are managed properly for the rest of the season. Unlike Mercedes in 2016, when their drivers were free to battle each other as they dominated the grid, McLaren faced a more competitive field. Despite this, McLaren's philosophy, according to Zak Brown, is to allow their drivers the freedom to race each other. Red Bull's potential advantage. Interestingly, McLaren's decision to let their drivers compete openly may benefit their rivals, particularly Red Bull. With Piastri and Norris battling for positions, Red Bull could seize opportunities to gain points, especially as overtaking becomes increasingly difficult. Red Bull, now fighting to hold on to second place in the Constructors Championship, will take any advantage they can get, even if it comes from their competitors. Zak Brown compared the current McLaren situation to the intense rivalry between Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost in the 1980s. While this comparison is ambitious, it highlights the competitive nature within McLaren's team. Both Norris and Piastri are highly talented drivers, and while they aren't quite at the level of Senna and Prost yet, their rivalry could push McLaren to new heights if managed correctly. That's exactly how the CEO of McLaren F1 talked about their top goal, which is to win both the Drivers' and Constructors' Championships. While it may sound like 2 priorities, the focus on both championships is crucial. The team believes in having 2 top drivers, as has been McLaren's approach historically. This strategy, however, presents its challenges, as seen in past teams with notable driver rivalries like Hamilton, Senna and Prost. At McLaren, Lando Norris and Oscar Piastri are both talented and competitive. They get along well and race each other cleanly, but their rivalry brings a philosophical dilemma. Should the team focus on one driver or support both equally? Ideally, it would be simpler if Norris could dominate and avoid internal conflicts. However, with both drivers aiming for the top spot, McLaren's management has to navigate this tricky situation carefully. McLaren's current situation is a mix of positives and challenges. The in-team rivalry between Norris and Piastri adds an extra layer of complexity. While their competitiveness is beneficial, it also means tough decisions for the team. The dynamics between them could become even more intense as the season progresses, making McLaren's journey to securing both championships both exciting and difficult. So, what do you think of the secret of McLaren which got exposed? Comment below your views and subscribe for more such videos.